years ago, in a major industry move, Microsoft snagged one of the more high-profile exclusives from competitor Sony in Rockstar North's Grand Theft Auto 4. And while all the hype and marketing campaigns made their way to the marketplace, there was no doubt it would debut at the top of the heap. But after playing this game in great lengths, I can't help but feel like this is just more of the same, but with prettier high-definition graphics. But before all of you start firing off your nasty emails criticizing my criticizing, let me explain. First, the basics. You play as Niko Bellic, a maybe not-so-honest man from a nondescript Russian country who is coming to America in hopes of living the American dream. Upon arrival into the Big Apple clone, known as Liberty City, you are greeted by your cousin who has told you of this great land of opportunity and promises to help you make your fortune. He's essentially a bumbling idiot posing as a wannabe rich playboy, but the character is important to the story and does supply some comic relief. The game starts you with an easy tutorial of the driving and shooting mechanics by running some simple missions for your bumbling cousin. Shortly after that, as you start to interact with your cousin's business associates, a whole host of other missions will open up that allow you to do many different things. Things like dating, eating, surfing the internet in your spare time, and even playing little mini-games like darts, pool, or bowling. They're fun enough, but only offer up a short distraction to the meat of the game. The core of this game has always been about the driving and shooting, much like it was on the last generation of consoles. And while this can be fun at first, it does tend to get old after a while, as most missions tend to play out the same. Receive mission from source guy A, go kill guy B, call guy A to let him know guy B is dead, and it's mission complete. The real interesting dynamic that was added was the cell phone that you can use at any time during the game. With it, you can do anything you could do with a real phone, including arrange dates, set up missions, call a cab, or even call 911 if you need medical attention. This was a nice change of pace as it helps immerse you into the world even more. And what a world it is. The game once again is set in Liberty City, with just about every nook and cranny being populated by pedestrians, buildings, small shops, even hot dog vendors. While the environments may not be as sprawled out as they were in GTA 3, they are all well defined with insane amounts of detail. New to the series is also multiplayer content. This content does feel new and refreshing with a decent amount of options, including standard deathmatch, a few co-op missions, and racing with an interesting twist. But I found that unless you can get a large group of people together, the city feels a little too large for deathmatch. But the other options have a unique feel to them, especially the racing, which can be turned into a very violent GTA take on Mario Kart. In the end, though, the game is better known for its single player, as it should be, and has more than enough to do to sustain any fan of the series for a good long time. The multiplayer, while fun in its own right, just felt a little, maybe unnecessary and tacked on. Overall, the game looks, sounds, and plays great, and it's clear that the developers have spent a great deal of time in refining the controls, sweetening up the graphics, and providing an overall better experience than that of GTA's past. But at the end of the day, no matter how many fresh coats of paint you slap on the series, it's still more of the same, and nothing has been added to elevate or take the premise in a bold new direction. And to me, it's frankly starting to feel a little stale. Sure, there's been a few new tricks added, some of which seem more to offend than to offer any real gameplay advances, but at this stage in the series' life cycle, I think it's time for an overhaul. GTA 4 is a great game for fans that love the series, but merely an average game to those looking for a lot of new advances in gameplay. The game has a very mature rating, and Texas Gamer gives it a 3.5 out of 5. For Texas Gamer, I'm Mark Adams.